Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. So, sorry there's no part last week. I wasn't able to go and record the previous week. So in this part we're going to be doing the mission The Search. An expedition into the outer reaches of the Gamma Quadrant leads to startling revelations about the state of affairs within the Dominion.
The Dominion has asked the Alliance to send an expeditionary force into the outer reaches of their territory. The Herc aren't as numerous there, and we're hoping we can learn more about them while we render aid to the Dominion in that sector. Ambassador Odo will be accompanying us on his flagship, along with Captain Kira aboard the Defiant. I'll be commanding a modest Cardassian fleet as well. We'll start in the Dosi system. Our latest intelligence has discovered a Herc presence in that area. Meet us there at your earliest convenience.
Okay.
Be seeing.
And just transwarp over. Also, I did switch us to using just a full-on standard Sovereign class. With the new Sovereign model, also changed us to the E rather than the F. And this is going to be one of those loading screens again, because of course I've always got to run into these. Hopefully I don't run into any really bad rubber banding. I did have that yesterday on the start of the anniversary, although it cleared up after a few hours. Hopefully it stays cleared up.
Thank you for joining us. As you can see, we can't even defend our stations from Herc attacks. It's going to take a joint Alliance and Dominion effort to stop them. We are currently at the edge of the Dosi system. Thankfully, the Herc aren't attacking the Dosi homeworld yet. They're starting to evacuate as a precaution, however.
Who are the Dosi?
The Dosi recently joined the Dominion after many years of independence. Their aggressive fondness for commerce can be troublesome, but they've managed to prove their worth to the Founders. Work on this planet was a joint project with the Karemans, and the Dominion built a station here to provide oversight.
Understood.
All ships, target the Herc and fire at will.
Victory is life!
Let's go ahead and try and take out the assemblies. That way they stop producing the little swarmers. And there we go, almost done. I assume that Defiant's using the new updated textures as well, but I actually don't know for certain.
I can see you're a handy person to have around. And while I'd like to put this system far behind us, I believe we should find out what we can about the Herc and their reasons for being here. While we still can, of course. The Herc may decide to send more ships here.
You know, actually, I don't think it is. I don't know for certain. It might be, but I think it might not be. But I really can't say for certain. I don't fly escorts for the most part, so I don't have a Defiant on any of my any of my characters. Very well, Counselor. I mean, I do have the Defiant, the Tier 5. They gave it away a number of years ago, but I don't fly it, so... Scan planet.
This planet appears to have been abandoned some time ago. No life signs detected. Sensors indicate an extensive network of defunct mines. I'm reading residual levels of dilithium, topoline, chemosite, and several components used in the production of Ketracel White. How curious. Of what use would this world be to the Herc? It's clearly of no value to the Dominion. Wait. I'm reading more Herc inbound.
Battle stations.
They're going for the station. What are they after?
Well, we'll find out eventually.
We should scan the station once we're done with it.
Although, one of those swarmers looks like they got themselves stuck, so they're going to be a bit of a pain to kill. Here we go. And scan station.
The station is a basic resource transport hub, not exceptionally old. No life signs on sensors. It looks abandoned. I'm picking up trace levels of mineral resources in several storage areas, but there's nothing of note here, unless the Herc are driven solely to consume an assortment of minerals. This is a very interesting place, in that it's completely uninteresting to everyone but the Herc.
And because our duty officer development skill is all the way up at level 4, we get a unique dialogue, although interestingly it doesn't show me the just the generic dialogue as well as an option, but whatever. This station wasn't recently abandoned.
I concur. If my analysis of the station's life support systems is correct, this station hasn't been in use for nearly 20 years. From a tactical and economic point of view, this planet and its station are close to worthless, and have been for some time. Quite an enigma we've discovered here. An abandoned station of no worth to the Dominion, and yet Odo brought us here, specifically, over several nearby systems of considerably more value. Why, I wonder? Either the Herc are attacking mindlessly, randomly, or there is something compelling about this planet we have yet to realize. In any event, I don't think the answers we're looking for are here.
Let's move on then.
Don't go to warp just yet. We're picking up a distress signal over here. You should take a look.
I'll check. Analyze distress signal. Of course, I need to play a mini game.
Looks like it's a Ferengi signal of uncertain origin coming from the Karema system. I seem to recall Quark mentioning some business with the Karemans recently. This can't be a coincidence. We should look into this. Quark might have bitten off more than he can chew again.
Is that really a good use of our time? The Karemans are very resourceful. They design a considerable number of weapons and defense systems for the Dominion. I'm confident they can deal with the Herc on their own. As for Quark, he's quite capable of getting himself out of trouble. Trouble, I might add, that he had no business getting into in the first place.
I must say, Ambassador, I'm shocked. I know Quark's a gambler, but I never realized you were as well. Karema is a part of the Dominion, and an important one at that. Is losing their tactical and technological resources to the Herc wise?
Very well. since I can see there's no talking you out of this, I'll accompany you to Karema. We're ready to go warp when you are. Let's get this over with.
Well, let's go. It's interesting that it's using the transwarp effect.
Where did all these ships come from?
And here we are, the Karema system. Let's find out what Quark needs, deal with it, and move on.
What's going on here?
Far be it for me to question the word of a founder, but that is a very large Dominion fleet I'm reading on sensors. I only mention it because we were led to believe Odo's fleet was the last. I trust there's a reasonable explanation for this miscommunication.
Garrick, the Dominion flagship, is hailing us.
Your presence is not required here. Explain yourself.
I should ask you the same question.
What you could do and should do are separate matters, Solid. You would be wise to learn the difference. Karema is part of the Dominion. We are here to assist them, if they wish it.
And I don't know why Engineering 4 is what allows us to have this unique dialogue, but whatever. They must formally ask. Admiral, I'm picking up some strange interference on all known Kremen frequencies. Someone's jamming them, but I can't identify the source. As it stands, I don't think the Kremens can ask for help from us or anyone else. Perhaps the Founder knows more.
Interference? Perhaps it's a her countermeasure at work. I'll look into it. In the meantime, I will continue to respect the wishes of the Karemans. We will not intervene unless asked.
I thought you had one fleet left.
Odo commands an expeditionary fleet. It is his to use in a mission to seek and destroy the Herc as he sees fit. My fleet is a defense fleet. It seems the distinction was not made clear to you. How unfortunate.
And then we can do this again, just with slightly different lead-in dialogue. But the end result should be the exact same, so we wish to assist the Kremens.
I will take responsibility for their actions in Karemen space. One of our operatives requires immediate extraction.
You're quite persistent, aren't you? Very well. In the spirit of our newfound pact with the Alliance, I will allow you to proceed, albeit at your own risk. Exercise caution, Odo. It would be tragic for you to come so far, only to end it all here over Karema.
Indeed.
It seems we're not getting the whole story here.
So, business as usual.
Exactly, Captain.
Okay, let's go and help the Kremens. Okay. Guess I got too close to him. They decided to push me away. And Odo's trying to ram me with his flagship. Tosses up his immune shield stuff on the one side that I'm facing. Okay, let's go and assist the other one. And now the Cardassians are trying to ram into me. Tractor beam repulsors. I'm not powerful enough to keep them all away from me, but at least get them to back off just a little. Big engineering teams. Their shields all the way up. Ships. No response, Admiral. The Kremlins are still being jammed. We're going to need to send a secure frequency. We're going to need to send them a secure frequency to use if we want to communicate with them. Do it. And gotta play a mini game.
Hello, can you hear me? We need help, and fast. Most of our planetary defense lines are in danger of being overrun by the Herc. We tried to evacuate, but the Jem'Hadar fleet opened fire on our ships when they broke orbit. We're trapped!
The Jem'Hadar fired on you? Odo, your thoughts?
Combat is notoriously chaotic. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for that. One best pursued after we find Quark and help the Kremlins.
We'll play it your way for now.
I wonder. Ah, yes. We should try to find Quark soon. It's quite possible he's the only Ferengi on the planet. A deep-range sensor scan should locate him.
We'll scan for Quark. It took a few scans, but I found one Ferengi life-signed Admiral. It's surrounded by a handful of Krema and a large number of Herc. There's a lot of interference in that area, so we can't get a transporter lock on him at this time. Can we hail him?
Took you long enough. Is Garrett with you? Tell him. Found the package, so he better get here fast if he wants to go in peace. Running out of time here. The Herc are closing in. Get me! Poor Odo's right while Willis will finally come down.
We're coming, Quark.
We need to get Quark out quickly before he has an encounter with the Herc of the fatal variety. Let's go down together while Captain Kira and the Ambassador cover our ships in orbit. We'll have to beam down outside of Quark's location. I suggest bringing some pattern enhancers along. We may need them to beam out once we find him.
Okay, guys, you can shut down the scan. You realize that, right? I'm ready.
We're about as close to Quark's last known location as we can get with transporters. I'm afraid we'll have to make the rest of the journey the old-fashioned way. Shall we?
Let's go, Counselor.
Quark's life sign is near here. Let's try to find a way in.
Oh, and they finally added a couple of version 2 hairstyles for males. I think it's only for Close 1, Close 2, and I think Close 4.
How convenient. We've found a hidden path. Let's have a look.
But yeah, they finally gone and added some updated hairstyles. And of course, they look a hell of a lot better.
The metal in the walls here completely scatters my sensors. Ah, more Earth. Seems we're in the right place.
Okay, Garrick, what do you got to say?
My tricorder shows a Ferengi life sign beyond that rather secure door. Unfortunately, the Kremen security system is beyond me. Given time, I could crack it, but we're running low on that commodity. There are a number of Kremen life signs nearby, however. One of them might be able to help us reach Quark.
Understood. Let's go this way first, I guess. And I'm not going to stand right in the doorway. And somebody knocked down Trust. Where are you? Okay, somebody got you up, whatever. Okay, let's talk to you.
Thought that was it. I was gonna get eaten by one of those things. Can't say I like that idea much, so, thanks, whoever you are. You're not police or military. Well, Kremen military anyway. What brought you down here to the middle of hell?
We're looking for a Ferengi.
Oh, him. Think I saw my brother and some of his men hustle the little grifter into a vault before those monsters got in here. Good luck getting him out of there. Wait, that was rude. You just saved my life. Let me return the favor. One of my brother's people should be able to open the door for you. Find them, and you're all set.
Got it. Okay, and let's go over here to this one.
Waiting here would be best. The outer world is still a mess.
Yeah, it's probably a better idea to wait there. Assuming no more Herc come in. Get some backup. Why not? It should be off cooldown before I would ever potentially next need it.
Am I glad to see you? Thought for sure we'd be safe from these things down here. Caves do a number on sensors and transporters, but that didn't slow them down much. Filthy creatures. If you don't mind my asking, why are you here? You're not with Kremen Defense. Are you mercenaries? Private security?
No, we're looking for a Ferengi.
That'd be Quark, then. Only Ferengi around here that I know of, anyway. He's in a secure vault, not far from here, with another VIP. Look, I owe you my life, but I don't have the code to get to Quark. There are others nearby. One of them should have it. Help them, and I'll make sure they open the door for you. I swear it.
Very well. You know, I've never tried rescuing these people in basically reverse order. I've always done this bottom room here, then this top one over here, and then this lone one off to the right. I've never tried doing this one off to the right first, and basically just doing in reverse of the order that I'm doing right now. If that affects the dialogue at all. Because if it doesn't, then I think the dialogue wouldn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. I might have to try that at some point, just
The other
for the
Dominion
hell of
ships
it.
just left the system. We're on our own.
Thank you, Captain.
The door's right there. I'll stay here while you save everyone.
Okay, it's all of those guys. Let's take care of this group in here. Ouch. Huh, okay, this one only had 3 people.
Thanks for the timely rescue. I don't suppose you'd be willing to turn a blind eye to all the contraband you've seen down here? It'd save me the trouble of shooting you later.
Excuse me?
Kidding. I was kidding. You know, humor. Do they have that on your planet? Anyway, you're clearly not Kremen police, so what brings you down here?
We're looking for a Ferengi named Quark.
Oh, Quark, yeah, I know him. Little guy, big ears, flashy dresser. I hear he owns a moon. And we locked him up in a secure room when the shooting started. A big spender like that should be kept safe. Tell you what, help us out with all these nerks, gurks, and whatever you call them. Help us, and I'll help you. Deal?
We've helped everyone else. Let's go get Quark.
All right, I'll wait for you here. Try not to die, okay? And here we all are, alive and kicking. Wonderful. We had a deal, and I'm not about to back out on it, especially since you're all so well-armed and cranky. Not the kind of people I want to cross. Yeah, that can't be good. Door's open. You'd better get a move on. Your pal sounds a little stressed.
Let's move. I wouldn't say stressed. I wouldn't say stressed. It doesn't seem particularly accurate. Gotta take care of the big guy, because otherwise he'll just keep spawning more and more Herc. Which I guess isn't terrible if you have an endeavor that you need to complete to kill Herc attendants, but still. Beyond that, you probably want to kill the big guy first.
It's good to see you too, Quark. I see your mission was a successful one as well.
Yes, Garrick, I found your mysterious widget. What is it exactly? It's not Kremen tech. They found it a few days before I got here. I haven't had a lot of time to analyze it, thanks to the Herc.
I see. Thank you, Quark. This narrows things down considerably.
It does. Good. That makes it more valuable.
Indeed it does, my friend. Indeed it does.
Okay, let's talk to Quark first.
Well, First Minister, it looks like my distress call was heard. We're saved. Thank you. Looks like your reputation for getting things done is well deserved.
You're welcome.
And as for you, Garrick, you and I need to have a long discussion. Seems you forgot to mention that Karema was under a Dominion blockade and in the middle of a Herc invasion. Do Cardassians go senile? Oh, don't answer that. I don't want to know. What I do know is you're not paying me enough for this aggravation.
Calm down, Quark. You're safe now. And First Minister?
Not the liberators I was expecting, but thank you nonetheless. I'm First Minister Bakelba. Our situation has gone from bad to worse, and we have the Dominion to thank for it.
In what way?
Those of us on the edge of the Dominion were abandoned when the invasion began. In light of that, we voted to secede, to truly stand alone. The Dominion stood by while the Herc attacked us. We held off the invasion for a while, but their numbers are great. When we asked for aid, the Dominion refused. When we tried to evacuate, their fleet opened fire. They mean to punish us for our defiance.
That's unexpected. They need allies. Admiral, you'll need to set the pattern enhancers in order for us to get a lock and beam everyone out from your location. Acknowledged. And that's definitely not the right person.
Herc are leaving. For now.
Oh, what's this over here?
It would appear that the Herc burrowed this way to bypass the doors above. And unlike most burrowing creatures, the Herc actually ate their way through the ground.
Interesting. Not sure if there was more things to scan for an accolade. Not that I really care about the accolades. Said lost pattern enhancer.
Good luck with the revolution, Minister. You'll need it. You'll be hearing from me soon, Garrick.
I'm looking forward to it.
You won't when you see my bill.
And now that we're past that unpleasantness, I think it's time we had a chat with Ambassador Odo, particularly about this technological wonder we've acquired.
What is it exactly?
I have my suspicions, of course. Suffice it to say, I believe you'll find its purpose of great interest to all concerned parties. My main curiosity lies in what the Ambassador will have to say about it. I propose we get to the bottom of this together.
Very well.
Excellent. I'll make all of the necessary arrangements and meet you aboard Odo's flagship.
Okay. Beam up.
What is this?
Stand down, all of you. To what do I owe this unexpected visit?
I hope you'll forgive the intrusion, Ambassador. We need to speak in person.
What are you up to, Garrick?
That's a very good question. What's this about exactly?
It's in regard to this device we found on Karema. Do you know what it is?
No idea. Some new Kareman military tech, perhaps?
Interesting. But no. The Karemans didn't make this. But it is a Dominion creation.
And its purpose?
I'm sure I have no idea, Ambassador. It does emit a signal, however. It's quite similar to that used by the Herc. Perhaps I should turn it on and show you?
There's no need for that.
I don't like where this is going, Garrick.
Nor I, Captain. You see, I found a similar device on Bajor.
On Bajor? When?
Right after the recent Herc attack, I'm afraid. Captain, scan the device. You'll find the soil residue on it is of Bajoran origin.
It does. It's from the Kendra province. Well, that doesn't mean that Odo...
Enough, Nerys. I can't have you defending me on this.
What?
Garrick's right. These devices called the Herc, and we put them there.
Explain. Now.
We needed the Alliance's help immediately. There wasn't time for summits or diplomacy. So I found a high-value target and led the Herc to it. I also took steps to make sure their attack would fail. Bajor was never at risk. You have to understand that.
You put my entire planet at risk. People died, Odo.
Nerys!
Save it. I've heard enough.
Please continue, Odo. You were saying?
I did what I needed to do to bring the Alliance into the war. I lied. Risked the lives of millions to save billions more. But there's more to this than a staged Herc attack. The other founders are hiding things from me. If I challenge them now, I'll have no chance to find out what. So, for now, I have to play the part.
Well, you're doing a great job of that, Odo. Or should I say founder?
Trust me when I say I understand your position, Odo. The captain, on the other hand...
I know. I have a strong lead, but I'll need your help to move on it.
You know how to reach me. It seems you are a gambler, Odo, and a high-stakes one at that.
You have no idea.
Yes, so those animations are a hell of a lot better than a lot of the earlier missions that we've played through in this Let's Play. And they get even better as we progress more in the story.
I need you to understand that Bajor was never at risk. We took precautions. I made sure that my fleet was in position to neutralize the Herc in time.
And Karema?
Karema was not my decision. Do you honestly think I'd take part in a plot to bring allies to our side, and then move to wipe out another group of allies? As I said to Garrick, there is more to this than we know. I'm going to find out what and why. I hope you're inclined to join me when the time comes.
We'll see. There's a lot to consider.
It is not my place to question the will of the Founders. Your mind, however, is your own. Do with it as you will, but be warned. The Founders do not appreciate betrayal. If the Alliance withdraws from their pact with the Dominion, the consequences could be severe.
For everyone involved, remember that.
I'm surprised to see you here, Weyoun. Aren't you usually at your Founder's side, hanging on her every word?
Excuse me?
It is a message from said Founder that brings me here now. She would remind you of your purpose, to serve the Dominion as a whole.
How kind of you to deliver the message in person. Thank you for your service. As for my service, the Ambassador shares his wisdom and guidance with me. Truly, he is a most benevolent god. Why should I not serve him? He is a Founder, after all.
Hello?
Serve the Founders, yes, but also serve them well. Do recall the fate of your predecessor. She thought she served the Founders well, quite possibly to the moment her unfortunate life came to its conclusion. As we both know, she was greatly mistaken.
The same could be said for your predecessor as well, dear Weyoun. Have you forgotten his sins? I know the Founders haven't.
Hey.
This is a private conversation. Unless you're here on a matter of the utmost importance, I suggest you find someone else to speak with. Somewhere else.
Apologies.
Quite the revelation, don't you think? It will be interesting to see how the powers that be respond to all this. For now, I think it's best to keep this in the purview of the diplomats. Let's return to our ships. There'll be more time to speak about this matter later.
Indeed. Are you ready to turn to the Odin? We can head out in your word. Ready to beam over.
Visits to the Dominion are always so enlightening, don't you think? I suspect we've just begun to discover what the Founders are playing at here, and that concerns me greatly. After today, the wrath of Captain Kira may be the least of Odo's concerns. I do feel we need to continue working with him, however. It may be the only way we learn the true intentions of the Dominion. With that in mind, I'll contact you when we're ready to move forward with his plan.
Okay.
Be seeing you.
Well, that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time where we will do the mission Doomed to Repeat. But until then, as always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you all next time. and hope you enjoyed.